talked about. They're like, oh, pray for Jeff Hardy. He's a generational talent. Then they're like, oh, Sasha Banks. Oh, generational talent. I think maybe Sasha Banks, I wouldn't say she was a generational talent, but she was definitely not utilized the proper way on the main roster, if you ask me.
I don't know about that.
I
I
mean,
think they made her into a big star. I just,
I feel
you
they could
know,
have done so much more with her though. Is like what I mean. Like how they gave Charlotte 14 titles because her last name is Flair.
right, right. It,
Like how many of those opportunities were taken away from Sasha
no,
to where, you know,
I'm sure they were.
just for something different. You know, like you're
Mm.
telling me, you had absolutely nothing at all, for Sasha Banks other than the tag titles, and then you don't even have her defend those tag titles.
Yeah, the tag titles, and yeah, look where they are now. They're nowhere.
Which I think just further proves the point that Naomi and Sasha were making. And the fact that you don't tease a little bit, having Naomi in the bloodline, to me, it's like,
Yeah, I don't even know what's gonna happen with her. I haven't heard anything about her yet. Any news on what? I know obviously she's suspended, but I don't know when she's coming back. And Sasha, to me, I think she did a little too much complaining. Maybe some of it was justified. This last time, I think it was justified with the tag titles, but I don't know. Anytime, I just felt like anytime she didn't get her way, it was just like, okay, I'm gonna leave. I I don't know.
well, didn't, I don't think she left any other time. I think that WrestleMania 35 was, you know, blown out of proportion when she was crying on the floor. Wasn't it like a mental health break that she needed, or didn't she have some time off? Because
Um,
when else did she really walk out or be like, "Oh, I don't like this, I'm leaving"?
it was in wasn't it the time when um they wanted to do something with her and Rhonda?
I mean,
I
I
can't
know she doesn't
remember.
have a problem putting over Ronda. She's done it before,
Right.
but like, how many times are you going to do it though?
True. Yeah. I Sasha's a loss. She is a loss to them. It's a big loss for the company, but I
Absolutely.
think it's I I think it's time they both move on. I do. I think it's time I don't even know if she goes to AEW. I think she just goes to acting.
Absolutely. That's what me and my buddy were talking about. You know, ever since The Mandalorian, she goes, wow, I could make decent money and I don't have to take bumps.
I can see it. I can
You know,
definitely
but
see it.
it sucks because I feel like a lot of these wrestlers that were fans at first, you know, they want to live their childhood dream, you know, they enjoy it. And then it just turns to sour grapes, you know,
Right.
after that. But what isn't sour is Canadips, the OG CBD dip pouch. And there's a new code that you can use to save 20%. All you have to do is go to their website, which is on the ticker below. And if you're not watching and you're listening, it's CanadipsCBD.com and use code Rasslin20. That's RASSLIN 20. Sorry, my voice cracked for that. That's how excited I am to get my hands on these. And make sure when you do it that you use that code and you save, because gas is way too much fucking money. And if you could save at any point in time, you might as well do it with this. So make sure you go over to that website, you check that out, use the code, help supporting the podcast, and then who knows? You know, maybe we could get some guests on here. Maybe Sasha Banks would be like, "Wow, these guys, these guys are really good," and you know, maybe I should be on their show. But check that out below. It's definitely worth it. You know, the Rook over at Scoreboard Addicts, he's a fan of it. You know, I have some Isaac Yankem shit going on in my mouth right now, so I can't use it yet. But once that's all fixed up, I will be. Make sure you get yours, and it's a good alternative if you're not able to use THC. The same benefits, the same results. You just don't get high. So if you're not a fan of that, I'm sorry. But if you're definitely looking for some good, innovative CBD products, definitely check them out. Highly recommended.
There we go.
Boom. There you go. I had to squeeze that in somehow. I forgot we had
Good
the new
segue.
code.
Good segue.
Yeah. Good segue for sure. And we're running out of time. Who's your pick for women's Money in the Bank out of the 5? I think we have now. We have Lacey, Liv, Alexa. Lacey, Liv, Alexa. By the way, I think Alexa and Liv Morgan look like a great tag team, for sure. And they definitely, if they ever decide to bring the titles back, I mean, those two together, I think, have the look and could definitely
I like them.
Pull it off.
I like them together.
But I'd rather Liv win Money in the Bank.
I was going to say, part of me wants Liv to win. She's just, I say it over and over again, but she reminds me so much of Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
And, the look, kind of way she performs in the ring, personality-wise, the reaction she gets from the crowd.
Yep.
She reminds me a lot of Trish.
Because you see the improvement. You see that she cares about the craft and that she's improving on a weekly basis. And these cynical fans love it. Like, even though they're looking for something to get mad at.
Right.
Seeing someone like Liv, who they wanted to succeed for so long, getting her shot. And hopefully she could, get that briefcase, bring it down. I think Raquel Gonzalez. I think she's the other one that's in Money in the Bank. Because didn't she beat Shayna?
Yeah, she's in. Yes, she'll be in too. I don't know if they might, say, hey, we need more stars in the women's division. Let's put her over and give her the Money in the Bank. But I don't know. Too early for her.
It's too early for her. It'll be a nice coming out party on like a main show on the main roster, but I don't think I don't think she's walking away with the briefcase. It's probably going to be Liv Morgan, or the men have 8. They've been showing 8 graphics,
right?
But the women have 7, and they've been showing 7 graphics. I'm hoping that it leads to a return in Bayley, because it's about time. I said this a couple of weeks ago, but it's about time Bayley comes back. It's been far too long.
I don't know what they're waiting for. Is she
Now's
still
the time.
hurt?
I don't know.
There's no way that she's still hurt.
It's been over 2 years, I feel like.
Yeah, I miss Bayley. She'll be back, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I hope it's her heel gimmick and not her babyface gimmick. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope Liv wins. She should win. But I can see them just saying, we'll just make it Lacey Evans. We'll have Lacey win. But who knows? We'll see. Raw will tell more tonight.
It definitely will. And we are running out of time. So another quick reminder, please make sure you check out Sal and the entire crew over at Wrestling Inc. Live coverage for all the main shows. And I feel bad we didn't talk about TNA. Maybe next time we'll do that, because they did have a whole big special, but who knows? Until then, check out Sal over at Wrestling Inc. Tune in next week to see us. And we hope you all had a good time, and we'll see you later.
See you later, guys.